So guys, today we are going to talk about AWS cost optimization. Now, the thing is, first of all, you should understand very clearly that you cannot optimize something that you cannot measure. That means first thing that we should be able to do is measure the cost, right? Then only we will be able to optimize it. Okay. So what things that we can do for measuring? Okay. So when we talk about measuring the AWS cost, first thing that we should be able to get information is the summary of cost. Now, what kind of summary we will be getting is basically there is a system that I'm going to show you in a bit, using which you'll be able to get summary of cost in one go like this. What was the last month cost? What was the current month cost? What was last 7 days cost? And what was yesterday's cost? Okay, you'll be able to get this information in the summary section. Secondly, you should be able to get information based on service based, which service is costing how much money. So second thing you should be having is service based cost. Okay, talking about how exactly this is going to be useful for us. So basically, understand in this way that let us say that you have information about day 1 cost, okay, whatever cost is there, and you get information about day 2 cost, right? So here we saw that the cost on day 1 was around $80. On day 2 we are saying the cost was around $200. So here you can clearly understand that there is a huge spike from $80 to $200. There is a spike of around $120. So this raises suspicions that because of what service or because of what reason this much spike is coming. Okay, so once we have this information, immediately we get this, and then based on service based cost we'll be able to get the information which service is costing money. Once we have that information, let us say that the service that costed us money is EC2. So once we have that information, first thing that we are supposed to check if there is any EC2 machine running without any supervisor, right? For example, what I mean to say that we can check immediately that if any EC2 machine is running which is not supposed to run, right? So from there, one information we can get very easily that okay, some service is running, which service, the specific service, and we can try to terminate it if it is not if it is running by mistake, right? That is one thing. So first option that we can see very clearly for optimizing is that based on today and today and yesterday cost, the difference based on that we can decide what is happening. Now one question you might think, yeah, Aditya, even though we want to get this information, like who is going to do that? Or can't we set up something automation or some kind of automation that is going to provide us this information in detail? So yes, the tool that I'm going to show you is this one, AWS-COST-CLI. Recently I found about it, so I wanted to show you this. Now using this tool, the most important, most useful section that you can do with this is that you can set up Slack notification. That means automatically you can set up a cron job, and automatically on daily basis it's going to generate the detailed report, the summary of the report plus service based cost information, and it's going to send that to your Slack channel, right? So this means ki now you don't have to worry much about ki how much cost is being used and like what is responsible, because once you get like on daily basis you are going to receive a message on your Slack channel that the summary of the cost first of all, and then service based cost. Okay, this information you are going to get. So once you have this information, and anytime you see some kind of spike means from previous day to today, if you see any kind of spike, then you can understand okay, spike is coming, that means some kind of service is using too much of cost, and based on that we can decide. Also because of this information, once we get this information and we are getting too much of spike, we should be immediately checking if any kind of volumes EC2 machines are running unsupervised. That means they are running by mistake, or they are running because someone is not able to notice that. So you get that information in detail. So what I'm going to show you today in detail is using that tool, how you can first generate the report, secondly, and repeat. See, the thing is that there is no magic in optimizing the cost. Once you have that information in detail, okay, this much cost is being utilized, and see, whenever the cost is so much, then you have to see the spike from where the cost is increasing too much, right? And also even in AWS, the cost that you are able to see is last 24 hours. Because of that only we are able to generate like using this tool, we'll be able to generate yesterday's cost, complete cost. Okay, so based on spike only we'll be able to get information which service is causing so much of cost. So first thing, generate report. Second thing, I'm going to show you how you can integrate it with Slack channels. So once we have integrated this tool with Slack channel, then automatically on daily basis we can set up a cron job that on daily basis it's going to send summary plus service based usage on our Slack channel in a separate file. Okay. Third thing that you can do very easily is like integrate this tool inside your CI/CD pipeline, so that when you run this pipeline, it's going to generate the report also, which can be compared to the cost that was there on yesterday's pipeline and today's pipeline. There also we can understand the difference, how much difference is coming after running the jobs. Okay, so let me show you this thing with hands-on, then it will be much more clear for you. Okay, so guys, now let us create a virtual machine, and there we'll be starting with the commands. So I'm going to name this machine as server. This will be our 1.2 machine, version 24.04 LTS. Instance type will be T2 medium. Okay, you can take small also, or maybe just take smaller one so that everyone can practice. Let us go with T2 micro. It is free tier eligible and it works fine. Key pair we can select, and security group. Storage I'm giving 15 because it will be more than enough again. Launch instance, and let us connect to our instance. So let me close the existing sessions and let me create a new session. Click on session, SSH, provide the public IP, specify username. In our case it's going to be Ubuntu, and the private key we have to select, so which is present on my local machine, this one. And if you want, you can give it a name also like server. Click on OK, and now we are connected to the newly created virtual machine. Okay, it will take few minutes, I guess, come into running state. Let me just confirm. Okay, I guess we are connected now. Okay, first command that was supposed to run, sudo apt update. Okay, meanwhile this is happening, we have to go on a GitHub repository, which is this one. So you can go on the GitHub repository, and then you'll be able to get the command, so you can install the AWS-COST-CLI. So you can see it is being installed using npm, so we need to make sure that we have Node.js installed on our system. And I'm going to install on Linux machine using nvm, and this is the command to install it. So let's copy it and paste it here. Then yeah, and next two commands we have to run, this one, and last command is this one. Once we do this, then we'll be able to install the using npm the AWS-COST-CLI. So for that we'll go here, click on this and run the command. This is going to install AWS-COST-CLI. Now let's wait for this to complete. Meanwhile this is happening, we can go here to install AWS-CLI on our platform. Okay, AWS-COST-CLI is installed, but the thing is, if you want to get the cost, we need to make sure that from our Ubuntu machine we are connected to the AWS account, right? So that we have to set up some permissions. Now there are multiple options that can be done. For example, you can create one specific user, give it permission to give it read permission to that user to all the services, create its credentials, and then use that user for getting the information. For now we will just go with root credentials, so that because by default it has all the permissions. This is not the best practice, but this is something that will show us the demo. Okay, so quickly I'll create new I'll remove the previous credentials for root user and create a new one for our demo. Okay, so let me create. Okay, so this is created. Now here what we can do, we will run the command AWS configure and we can provide the keys. So first we have access key, which we can copy here, and then we have secret access key, that also we can copy here. And then region, so I am using Mumbai region, which is India, so I can provide the information there and then simply click enter. So now we are connected, and now we should be able to run the commands to get the summary reports. So first command that you can directly run, which is AWS-COST, which is a simple usage command. I can run it here and let's see. Now here what information we got, the cost report. We got last month usage, this month usage, last 7 days and yesterday. Okay, and this is the service wise information, yesterday, last 7 days, like that. Okay, this is one format of getting the report. Second format, also you can use AWS cost command --help, which is going to show you what kind of commands you can use. Okay, now we want just summary and we don't want information on the individual services, so we can run AWS-cost-summary, which is going to show you just summary reports. Okay, this is the basic thing. And if you want in the plain text format, then you can run this. Okay, so all those information we are getting, see, service based information we are getting specific to this category. Last month service based, how much was used. You can see for EC2 machine, for me cost was around $23. This month $22. Last 7 days $5. Okay, and yesterday it was just $0.69. Okay, this is this general format that we can understand. Now from here we can get the reports and we can compare them, right? But now let's talk about we want to automate this whole process so that on daily basis one like this report should be created and it should be sent into Slack channels. Okay, so let us understand how we can integrate Slack with our this report thing. So you can simply log into Slack and here we have to set up the whole thing. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new channel and let's call this channel as AWS_cost_report. In this channel I want the information. This is the channel name and let's keep it private. We will create it. So channel is created now, right? Next step what we have to do, guys, we can go to this URL, we can paste it in browser, and now we have to create new application. So I'll click here, click on from scratch, and now app name. So app name, you can just provide something which is familiar to you. So I'll go with AWS cost notifier, paste it here. Workspace we have to select, so I'm selecting Aditya, the one that we just, see, this is the Aditya workspace. When you log in, this is the workspace. Okay, click on create app. Now app is created. Next step what we have to do, so this part, step 1 is done, right? Next step what we have to do, we have to set up Slack app permissions. So now in app dashboard we have to go on OAuth and permissions. Okay, so we will go to, this is our app already open, so we'll click on here OAuth and permissions. Okay, so we are currently here. Next step, we have to set up the permissions, so we'll go down to scope and under bot token scope we have to add chat write and chat write public. So this will give the permission to our application to write to write the messages in the channel that we just created. Okay, and this is also this is optional, but for now just let it add it also. What it does, it allows posting in public channels without being invited. Okay, so we will go to scope. Here, let's see, where is scope? You can see this is scope. So click on add scope and here we will search for chat and this was the one that we needed, and secondly chat write public. These two are done. Okay, what is the next step? Scope we have set up for our application. Next step, we have to install the app in our workspace. Okay, so here in the same section OAuth and permissions, we have to click on install app to workspace. Okay, so we will yeah, OAuth is fine. One second, let me see where is this option. Install. I think we can go with this option, install to Aditya. We'll allow this. Okay. Now this is the token that you have to copy and keep it with yourself. So I'll copy this and let us just keep it here. Okay, so this is the token that we'll be needing. Next step that we have to do. So this part is done, right? Next step is step 4, which is we have to find the Slack channel ID. So we have to go here and find the channel ID. So let us go to Slack channel, and here we can click on this, scroll down, and here you can see channel ID. So copy that and you can keep it here. Okay, and now what we can do, we can use this command modified with our these tokens and channel ID. So I will copy this, add it here, and then we have channel ID, which is this one in our case. I will add it here. So the command is ready. Okay, next step what we have to do, this is done. Now we have to run the following command. This is the command that we have created. Now let's see what happens. So we can directly run this command here, and let's see if it is able to. Okay, here you see there are friend to sale message channel not found. Why this is coming? Because as of now inside this channel we have not invited the app that we created, so we have to invite that app here. Okay, so let me show you how you can invite it, because once that app application that we created, once it is invited to this channel, then it will be able to publish the reports here. So now what we can do, we can go to our channel, the AWS-COST report channel. Here write the code like this, invite/invite, and then write this one. You can see AWS cost notifier application that we created. Click on enter, and now this application has joined. And now if I run the command again, we should be able to it should be able to send the message to Slack. Here you can see message has been sent. Okay, so now we are able to see the message, but one problem that you might be able to understand here is that breakdown by service is not complete. Only 3 services we are able to see, right? Because there might be a limitation to messages. So what we are going to do, we are going to send this report inside a file, so that inside that file we'll be able to see the complete report. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. Next up, what we want, that report should be published in a specific file format. That means a report should be created, let's say in text format we want. So it should be like that. There should be a report created, cost report.txt, in which it has complete information, because as of now you saw the issue that it is not generating, it is not able to print the whole thing. Okay, summary is printed properly, breakdown by service is not printed completely. So we want that this information shouldn't be printed in a file format. It should be uploaded via file, so that we can see complete thing. But for this to work, what you have to do, we have to go back to here, OAuth and permissions, and scroll down till we have set up the scope. Here we have to write files, right, then only it will be able to publish. Okay, we have to reinstall our app for the changes to be applied. So we'll click on restart and click on allow, and now I guess changes have been done. That's not what we want. We want to upload the report, and for that we have to use Python. So first of all we need to install this package on our virtual machine. Okay, and then we are going to set up a virtual environment. So let's wait for this to complete. Okay, and then finally we can install Slack SDK, which will be useful for us for uploading the files. So let us install that as well. Okay, and finally what we have to do, we have to create one small piece of code which is going to help us upload our report. Okay, so I'm going to create this file named as vi upload underscore cost underscore report.py, and this will be the code. Inside the code we have mentioned token as well as channel ID. So let us save this. Okay, so now our code is ready. Next thing, we can first generate the report, which is cost-report.txt file. So we have generated the report. Next thing we can do is run the Python script to upload the report. So I can click enter, and here this part that you see, file uploaded successfully. So we can go to Slack, refresh the page once, and we can focus on the latest report. This report that you are seeing, this is the latest report which has complete information printed. Okay, so in this way you can, and see, obviously all of you might already know about the cron jobs. So you can execute this script using cron jobs on once a day, and this will make sure that on every day you are receiving information about the cost report. Okay, so this is how you can implement this. So once we have the report generated, final step would be to compare the reports from current day, previous day, or last 7 days, and decide which specific service is costing too much money. From there you can understand okay, this service is running but nobody started, so you can remove that service. So basically once you have this report automatically created for your Slack channel, then you can perform little bit of analysis, and based on that you can decide which resource is causing too much of cost, and then you can either stop it or you can remove it. Okay.